And there's nothing worse than going to a foreign place and not knowing how to drive out of the, not knowing how to drive out of the airport. So guys, we finally made it back to the airport, and the first thing I want to do is go and get some shopping. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the closest shopping mall, large shopping mall, to the Christchurch Airport. It's only about 1.7 k's, so we should do that in no time at all. So once we get out of here, after being cramped up in that plane for hours, we'll get out and about, and I'll show you exactly where to go. So as you're coming out of the International Arrival Hall, guys, if you just go out the front doors here, and if you look straight to the left there, all the taxis are there. And if you have a look down there, there's the shuttle bus. It's 15 bucks to get into the CBD. That goes about every half an hour. So let's get on with it, eh? And today we're going to be driving to the closest mall, guys. So it's just a lot easier than waiting for the bus. Christchurch Airport, it's not a bad looking airport either, guys. Got the Novotel Hotel over there if you're staying right on the airport property. And we've got the huge control tower here. It's not a bad looking day. Glad to get off that aeroplane. Also guys, if you're picking up a rent-a-car, half the time you're going to have to pick it up in the express park here, or sometimes they might actually deliver it to you. It just depends what rent-a-car company you're using. A few people wander around the place for a midwinter's day. Right guys, let's go and get our car. Let's find our rent-a-car. I think we're over there somewhere, our fleet. Here we go, my friends. We've got our car and we're heading out the exit. Awesome. It's a bit of a rabbit warren to get out of here, my friends, but you'll figure it out. Just follow the arrows. And most of the rent-a-car companies, you can bring the car back to the same place as you picked it up, basically. May just be a different park, but it's on the airport itself. And here we go. Not a bad looking day in Christchurch City. Right guys, we're just out here around the roundabout, and now I'll show you where the closest large shopping mall is to the Christchurch Airport. Yeehaw! Remember, we're on the left hand side of the road here, so we want to go right round this roundabout, and then you want the right hand lane. Actually, I'll just shoot left here and I'll just show you guys. We do have a little shopping precinct here, but it's not a bigger shopping precinct. If you just got a, if you just hire a camper van or something and you want somewhere to get the groceries, or you want to have a quick cup of coffee, in here is ideal. But if you want a proper like mall, this is not the closest mall to the airport really. This is just, you know, you can, there's eateries here, there's a supermarket, there's a Subway, all sorts of bits and pieces. But it's not actually a mall. So the actual mall is about 1.7 kilometers from the airport. So if we come out of this little Spitfire mall here, they call it a mall, but it's not, and we go exactly the same way as we come in, like here. See, we come in here, my friends. So when I told you to get the right lane, implement it, stay in the right lane, out of the airport, in the right lane like this. Now you don't want to go right here, you go right down. Now we've got to stop at the traffic lights anyway. So we want to go right down, and you want to turn basically underneath that thing going over the motorway there. Can you see that sort of, I don't know what they call it, it's some sort of arty artwork there. So we want to basically turn right under that. I'll show you when we get there. And it's not very hard at all. And there's nothing worse than going to a foreign place and not knowing how to drive out of the, not knowing how to drive out of the airport. I've been in LAX, and that's, oh wow, she's a pain in the ass there, I tell you. It took me about 30 minutes to get out of the airport, going round and round in circles, you know. So that's why I thought I'd do this video and just make it a little bit easier for you guys. Here we go. So we're heading down towards this art thing. Now you need either one of these two lanes here, either one of the two right lanes, the one that says southbound. Now if you head straight in the left lane, you're going straight into the CBD. I've actually got another video how to get to the CBD. If you want to watch that, I'll put a link in the description below. But we're heading south, We're in the southbound lanes, and there's two of them here, so just pick whichever one you want, and remember we're driving on the left. And then we come from the airport, and then we merge into a motorway. Now Hornby is not the biggest mall by any stretch of the imagination, but there's everything there that you want. There's a discount clothing retailer, you can buy discount shoes, there's 2 or 3 supermarkets, there's a couple of bottle shops, there's lots of places to eat. It's just got everything you want basically. A lot of people use this mall on the way out to, like they might be going down to Queenstown, or they might be going to Ashburton or Timaru or somewhere like that. So yeah, it's basically the closest mall to the airport. Once again, when we come down to the set of lights here with the Z station, you want the you don't want the far right lane, you just want the the middle lane. Now this road you see in front of us here, that is basically the main road from the west coast to Christchurch. So if you go right there and continue up there for 2.5 hours, you're in Greymouth on the west coast of the South Island. But we don't want to go to the west coast, we just want to go down to the shopping mall. And when there's virtually no traffic around, it's about 10 minutes from the Christchurch International Airport to the Hornby Mall. Right, if you look straight ahead of us, that is Hornby, that's the suburb of Christchurch. Now there's also places to stay in Hornby if you want to stay in Hornby. A lot of people stay in Riccarton like Riccarton Road. Riccarton is a lot bigger mall than this, and it has a lot of motels and that sort of around the mall area as well. Riccarton is just a little bit further away, but once again you're only talking another 10 minutes and you would be in Riccarton. So the airport is pretty close to everything really. Now we're in the middle of winter here. It's not a bad looking day, although it's not that warm. It's about 12 degrees I suppose, but it's warm enough, still nice enough for a holiday anyway. And fuel prices are about $2.80 for cheap fuel here. That's the lowest octane fuel, 91. So today though it's $2.80 for a litre. We're coming into Hornby Central now, and the mall here is called the Hub. You might be able to see the sign there on the right. We'll go right here, look for that Hub sign, the Warehouse, Farmers, Sterling Sports and the Hub sign just before the KFC sign, and then we're going in here, and this is the main Hornby Mall. I'll show you around. I'll have a walk around and I'll show you. Here we go my friends. So you can either go where that van went and park on the roof, or you can park out the back here where I'm going to look for a park. I prefer to park out the back because you've got a whole lot of shops on the right, plus you've got the mall itself on the left, plus you can cross the road again and you've got more shops across the main south road. Not so busy today, so we'll just go in here, try and find a parking spot. So here we are guys, we have a warehouse store here. That's like a general purpose sort of, you can buy anything there. There's a lot of Chinese imports and that sort of stuff. I have across the way there, we have a Mitre 10 store, which is like DIY stuff, anything to do with paint and that sort of thing for your house. You can buy anything basically there, just not groceries or anything like that. It's more like DIY paint and that sort of stuff. Over there we have a Farmers store. Farmers is like, you can buy clothes, you can buy all sorts of other stuff there as well. Down here guys we have a Briscoe's homeware store. Now if you're in a camper van or something, you need to buy a kettle to boil a jug, something like that, you can buy it in that store there. All sorts of weird and wonderful things in there. They've always got sales on at Briscoe's. Now we've got the Baby Factory, we've got Rebel Sport, we've got Bed, Bath and Beyond. So there's quite a good variety on this side of the road my friends. So this is not actually the mall itself, this is just the shops across the road from the mall. If we look over here, this is the Hub, this is the mall itself. And if you look down there you can buy some sushi and all sorts of other lovely stuff to eat. Don't know about you guys, but I love sushi. So here we go guys, the Hornby Hub. Oh, what were we, 6-7 minutes away from the airport? Not too far at all, was it? Let's go and have a quick look inside, see what you get. Basically guys, like any other big mall in a city, everything you want here, mobile phones, eating, drinking, you name it, it's here. and it's nice and close to the airport. That's what I like as well. I'm not really a mall person myself. I just tend to, if I want to buy something, I know exactly where it is. I just go and get it and leave, basically. But a lot of people like to shop, and if everyone in the world was like me, the shops wouldn't make any money, would they? Pasco's Jewelers. We've got Farmers. This is a big shop. You can buy anything in Farmers, from a TV to a new pair of undies if you want to. You know, if you're feeling energetic, you can always go to Sterling Sports, get some running gear. We've got a couple of banks over here, guys, just your usual stuff. Well, EB Games, if you want to get some games for the kids, keep them quiet. Mobile shop, you want to buy a card for your friends to make them all jealous about your New Zealand holiday. $2 shop. Got a really nice food court in here, guys. All sorts of weird and wonderful things you can eat. Looks pretty good too, doesn't it? So you're definitely not going to go hungry anyway. So all in all, not the biggest mall in the city, but you can definitely find what you want here, especially if you don't want to go into town and you're heading down south, you're going to Queenstown, somewhere like that. This mall here, it was ideal because it's right on the way. There's no drama for parking or anything. You just park here, get your stuff, and you continue on down south, which is awesome. Basically, the supermarket there, guys, and stock up all your supplies. Now if we go out the main doors here, we actually go across the road. We don't get run over in the process, of course. Now you can see across the road we've got the cheesecake shop, we've got a vape store, we've got an Indian restaurant, and then we've got Dressmart over this side. Now Dressmart is a cheap clothing and shoe outlet, basically. So from where we parked, you just walk through the main mall and then out the front doors and then across the road. So here we are here, my friends, Dressmart outlet shopping. So let's go and have a look in here, see what they've got to offer us. Got a lot of brand names in here, guys. If you're looking for a bargain, this is the place to come. Kathmandu, Rip Curl, Canterbury, New Zealand, they have good clothing. Well, Monday afternoon here, so it's just pretty quiet. On the weekends it gets quite busy in here. If you've got a keen eye, there's always a bargain to be had in this outlet store. Again, we've got a coffee club down there. You can buy your ice creams there. New Balance shoes. Lots of outlets in here. It might pay you to come here after you've had your holiday. That way you know how much money you've got left to spend. Once again, we've got sushi in here. We're pretty well sushi crazy in New Zealand. Sushi is lovely. Again, shoes for Miles, clothes, Glassons, Mountain Warehouse, Converse, Pedro Alexandra, and these are all factory shops, my friends. Make sure you bring plenty of money. And we've even got ice creams for the kids. So my friends, there you have it. This is the closest mall to Christchurch Airport. That's got everything you're going to need for your holiday in New Zealand. Always remember, guys, if you like my videos, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Come and have a yarn in the comments below, and if you want to see some other videos, check up this side, guys. I'll put a video of a day trip I went to Littleton, or if you want to see something totally different, check out that side, guys, and you can follow me on my trip to the West Coast. See you later. Bye.